Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. We welcome you all to our online teaching academy, Ekaleva. This video is on the first part of the poem, The Tale of Custard the Dragon from CBSE 10th English. The Tale of Custard the Dragon is written by Ogden Nash. Now let's see about the poet. Frederick Ogden Nash was born in the year 1902 and he died in the year 1971. He was an American poet and he was famous for his light verse. He was known as the producer of humorous poetry. He received Sarah Josepha Hale Award in 1964. The Tale of Custard the Dragon, as the title says, is a funny and humorous poem. It tells the story of the dragon who is one of the inmates of Belinda's house. The poem carries a small message that empty vessels make the most noise. All the pets of Belinda tell in a boastful voice that they are very brave. But the dragon, who is described as a coward, proves his bravery by killing a pirate. Okay, now let's get into the poem. Belinda lived in a little white house with a little black kitten and a little grey mouse, and a little yellow dog and a little red wagon, and a really or truly little pet dragon. The poet tells about a little girl named Belinda and her pets. In this first stanza, he gives the description of all the pets that Belinda had. Like she had a little black kitten, a little grey mouse, a little yellow dog, and a little pet dragon. Also, she had a little red wagon. What is wagon? It's a kind of carriage which is used to carry things. Maybe Belinda uses this for playing. In the last line, the poet uses the words realio and trulio. There are no such words. The poet has used the poetic license, so he changed the spellings of really and truly into realio and trulio to create a musical effect. Actually, this realio trulio is really truly. Okay. Now let's see the second stanza. Now the name of the little black kitten was Ink, and the little grey mouse, and she called him Blink, and the little yellow dog was short as mustard, but the dragon was a coward, and she called him Custard. Now the name of the little black kitten was Ink, and as the kitten is in black color, the poet has named it as Ink. And the little grey mouse, she called him Blink. The mouse was in grey color and it is named as Blink. And the little yellow dog was short as mustard. The dog was bright yellow color, as a yellow color of the mustard plant. So it is named as Mustard. But the dragon was a coward and she called him Custard. So the dragon is described as coward, as it fears a lot and has a soft kind of nature. So it is named as Custard. Okay. Now let's see the rhyme scheme of these stanzas. Mouse, house and mouse. So these two words rhyme with each other. So A. Same way wagon, dragon. So this is B. And even the second stanza, ink and blink, A, A. Mustard and custard. So rhyme scheme of these stanzas are A, B, B. Even in the second stanza, A, B, B. Now let's see the poetic devices used in these stanzas. First, let's see the repetition. The word little is repeated twice and thrice. So it is repetition. The next is refrain. A Realio and Trulio, and a Realio Trulio, little pet dragon. So this sentence is being used in the alternative stanzas at the end of the alternative stanzas. So it is a refrain. So what is refrain? Refrain is the repetition of a sentence at the end of stanzas, or the alternative stanzas or the end of each stanza is called a refrain. The next one is oxymoron. So the pet dragon is oxymoron. What is pet? What is the nature of pet? Pet would be very soft and friendly. And the dragon is considered as a very dangerous animal. But here the two contradictory meaning words are used, like pet and dragon. So it is oxymoron. So it is a poetic device in which words with contradictory meaning are used together. So the pet and dragon. So it is oxymoron. The next one is poetic device, poetic license we have already seen. The poet has changed the spelling of really and truly into realio and trulio to create the musical effect. So it is poetic license. Next one is anaphora. And a and a and the and the. So this is repetition. Sorry, this is anaphora. So what is anaphora? The repetition of words or phrases at the beginning of the consecutive lines is called anaphora. So and the these phrases are used in the consecutive lines. So it is anaphora. Next one is simile. So here the little yellow dog, the color of the little dog is compared to the mustard. So it is simile. What is simile? Is a phrase that uses the comparison to describe things. So it is simile. So the color of the dog is compared to the color of the mustard. Okay. Custard the dragon had big sharp teeth and spikes on top of him and scales underneath. Mouth like a fireplace, chimney for a nose, and Realio Trulio, daggers on his toes. And in this stanza, the poet gives the physical description of the dragon. Custard the dragon had big sharp teeth. So the dragon has big sharp teeth and spikes on top of him and scales underneath. The spikes means a pointed kind of surface, and underneath the scales cover the body. Mouth like fireplace, chimney for a nose. So the mouth emits a flame of fire, and the nose like chimney leaves of smoke. And Realio Trulio, daggers on his toes. So the daggers means sharp knife. You can see in this picture. So it's a, the toes are so pointed and short that they can cut like daggers. Now let's see the rhyme scheme of this stanza. Teeth underneath, A, and nose, toes. Here B, D. Let's see the poetic device. Here, the mouth of the dragon is compared to the fireplace. So it is simile. And here, the nose of the dragon is compared to chimney. So it is metaphor. And in both the places, the comparison is taking place. And here, the word like, using the word like, the mouth is compared to the fireplace. So it is simile. And here, without like and as, the nose is compared to chimney. So it is metaphor. Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears, and ink and blink chased lines down the stairs. Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard cried for a nice safe cage. And in this stanza, the poet tells us how brave these animals were. Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears. And here the Belinda's bravery is compared to a barrel full of bears. You know, the bears are very strong and short, and here the barrel is a big drum. So she is as brave as a group of bears. And Ink and Blink chased lions down the stairs. Ink the kitten and Blink the mouse are very brave, and they can even chase the lions down the stairs. Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a rage. Tiger in a rage. Rage means anger. And here the angry tiger would be very violent and brave. So Mustard the dog is compared to an angry tiger. But Custard cried for a nice safe cage. So here the dragon who has sharp teeth, spikes on his body, and who can emit fire and smoke, daggers like toes, is so covered that it cries for a nice safe cage. It behaves opposite to its physical description. Okay, now let's see the rhyme scheme. Bears, stairs, A, A. Rage and cage, so B, B. So rhyme scheme of this stanza is A, A, B, B. So next, the poetic device. As brave as barrel full of bears. Same way, as brave as a tiger in a rage. So here in these two lines, simile is used. So the Belinda's bravery is compared to a barrel full of bears, and here the Mustard's bravery is compared to a tiger in a rage. Another poetic device is alliteration. So the word brave and barrel. So what is alliteration? So use of words beginning with the same letter or a consonant sound is called alliteration. So brave and barrel is alliteration. Belinda tickled him, she tickled him unmerciful. Ink, Blink and Mustard, they rudely called him Percival. They all sat laughing in the little red wagon at the Realio Tullio cowardly dragon. Belinda tickled him, she tickled him unmerciful. Tickled means amused. So Belinda amused Dragon mercilessly. Ink, Blink and Mustard, they rudely called him Percival. So the dog, mouse and kitten, they rudely called him Percival. Who is Percival? Percival was a soldier in King Arthur's court who was thought to be brave but ran away from battlefield due to lack of courage. Why do you think these animals called him as Percival? Called a dragon as Percival? Because this dragon had a frightful appearance, but he behaved opposite to his appearance and asked for a nice safe cage. So they called him as Percival. They all sat laughing in the little red wagon at the really truly cowardly dragon. So these animals would sit in a little red wagon and laugh teasing this dragon who was really truly as coward as Percival. Okay, now let's see the rhyme scheme of this stanza. Merciful and Percival, it's AA, and wagon, dragon is BB. So the rhyme scheme of this stanza is AABB. Now let's see the poetic device used in this stanza. At the Realio Tulio Cavalier Dragon. So this sentence is repeated at the end of the stanzas. So it is a refrain. Next is allusion. What is allusion? Percival is allusion, and here the Percival is an indirect reference, and this Percival is referred to describe the cowardice of the dragon. So it is allusion. Next, repetition. The word tickled and tickled is repeated twice, so it is repetition. Belinda giggled till she shook the house, and Blink said weak, which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age, when Custard cried for a nice safe cage. Belinda giggled. Giggled means laughed. So Belinda laughed until she shook the whole house. And Blink said weak, which is giggling for a mouse. Weak means it's a laughing sound made by mouse. So mouse also giggled at Custard the dragon. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age when Custard cried for a nice safe cage. So the kitten and dog in a teasing manner asked Custard what his age was. Why did they ask? Because this Custard behaved like a small kid and also cried for a nice safe cage, so they asked his age. Suddenly, they heard a nasty sound, and Mustard growled, and they all looked around. Mouch, cried Ink, and who? Cried Belinda, for there was a pirate climbing in the window. Suddenly, they heard an unpleasant sound. So, nasty sound means unpleasant sound. And Mustard growled, and they all looked around. Mouch, cried Ink, and oh, cried Belinda, for there was a pirate climbing in the window. So, hearing the unpleasant sound, all the inmates of the house frightened, and Mustard growled. Growled means it's a low thundering sound. And they all looked in all the directions. Ink also cried. So, what is the cry of the cat? Mouch. And Belinda also cried for help because they saw a pirate climbing in the window. Actually, here the poet has used a poetic license. So instead of window, he has changed the spelling window, and he wants to make the word rhyme with Belinda. So he has used the word window. Now let's see the rhyme scheme of these stanzas. House and mouse, A, age and cage, B. Sound and round, A, Belinda window, B. Let's see the poetic devices. First, let's see alliteration. What is alliteration here? She shook, Custard cried. So the beginning of these words start with the consonant sound. So it is alliteration. Next, repetition. The word suddenly is used twice. It is repetition. Okay. Children, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Let's see in the next video, the second part of this poem. So to receive our online lessons, please press the subscribe button and you will receive the latest updates. Thank you.